Oh no, we're really doing it. We're doing it, man. So, I pulled a few days ago that we are going to do a Postal 2 challenge run, and obviously I didn't put Carl on there, because my choice would just be this too. We're going to be doing a Pacifist playthrough all the way from Monday to Sunday. Now, there is an achievement, obviously, for getting it through Monday through Friday. If you go through Monday all the way to Sunday, you don't get diddly. So, to preface, to show everybody, I know what I'm doing. I've gotten all the things. I believe it's A New Start is the, no, it's, I can't remember what it is. It's something. So, you do get an achievement for doing it only through Monday through Friday. We're going to be going day by day. This is going to be horrible. Now, you're probably like, how do you finish the game on the weekend setting with pacifism? And that's actually what I'm going to show you guys. Now, obviously, the final boss, you have to kill it. Otherwise, you can't proceed. But that's going to be a bridge we cross when we get there. So, alright. I ain't no scrub at this game. I've been playing since about 2006 or 7. I know what I'm doing. Alright, we're not going to be watching any cutscenes that aren't crucial or show the game as it is. So we're going to be skipping the intro. This is not a... I want to know about the story and the deep lore of the Postal 2 game. No. This is a straight up challenge run. Not playing an enhanced game, this actually breaks a lot of stuff. You get like super piss, and it makes things way too easy. So, not doing that. I've seen a lot of people say to do that, and I'm like, nah, be a man. Play it on the way it was made. You could say play in classic mode. Nah, it's not going to make much of a difference, if I'm honest. So, if anything, it's going to make it harder. So, you can see we can go through Monday through Sunday. We're going to be playing on average. Do not do this on anything higher than average. I would say it's a just shit show. So, but if you do want to get the achievement, you're going to need to play the game on at least average, I think, for a pacifist playthrough. And it is not on A Week in Paradise. Play it through the straight up Postal 2 experience. If you do it any other way, it will not count. So, also you can do, what is it? Up, up, down, down, left, right. If you really want to do... This is how you know I've actually played this game, by the way. You can change this to be just nuts if you really want to. But we're just playing in good old-fashioned, standard, average, Monday through Sunday. We're going to be doing it, every video is a separate day, so let's get into it. Here we go. God, this is going to be awful. I've done this about 4 times total, and it never gets any easier. So, we're not paying attention to the lore of this game. It's pretty complex, right? Fuck you. So, okay, first thing we're going to need to do is get some supplies. Now, you can probably just be like, oh, well, what supplies do you need to play pacifism if you're going to be playing pacifist? Well, number 1, you're going to need health items. That's a big number 1. Number 2, you're going to need catnip. Not a whole lot of it, but you're going to need it at least. Number 3, Whiz. That is the most important thing in the entire game. Whiz is probably going to get us through a lot of nonsense, and we're also going to need a lot of money. I might use a firearm to scare an NPC or two. I'm definitely not using fire, that's for sure. But this is going to be a little bit more thorough. Obviously, I did do a speedrun playthrough. I could probably do a speedrun and do this, but yeah, we're not going to be doing that. So I'm not going to actually buy crack today. And I'm going to be doing things a little bit differently. I'm not going to bother with the dog because we're also going to go for... Well, we're not going to get the Jesus rating, that's for sure, because we're going to have to eventually kill an animal of some flavor. Ugh. Gotta get really crafty here. So, the number 1 thing you gotta start doing in order to actually survive pacifism is to learn how to use your whiz effectively, because if you don't do that, it's gonna be a miserable experience. Also, you need to learn where all the body armor is at, and all the goodies and shit, which I guess you could say this is gonna show people how to do that if you've never done it before. So, we also have our player stats here. Fuck you. Oops. I've been playing a lot of Left 4 Dead 2, so this feels weird. So if you ever are like, oh man, I think I've done something wrong, well, here's how you find out. So, alright. Please don't do anything to me. We're going to be doing this in the same route that I would normally do for a speed run. It can kind of change. You really don't need to go too ham. But number one, you're going to need health. So we need money. That's the big one. We don't need cats, but I'll pick them up if I can, just for giggles.
Hey, watch it.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of items I'm going to need. So money's the big one. I don't need cola, but why not? It's going to be something we collect. So once we get to the weekend, we're going to actually be able to carry over our stuff. I've seen some people say you can't do this, and that's just not true. There's health in here, by the way, if you're ever playing in Postal difficulty, which I can do a difficulty run of. It's difficult, but it's not impossible. I would say it's challenging. It loses its challenge factor after a few days in the game, so it's not really that hard. We can get money in the arcade, which we are going to need to buy some crack later. Let's see if I can get up here first. I don't think there's anything I need up here. So I'm going to try and get... hopefully not get in trouble here. Well, that lasted 2 seconds. Alright. So you're going to get shot at a lot, if it isn't obvious. I like how, thankfully, I don't have to worry about dealing with NPCs in a hostile manner. So I can kind of get away with a little bit more stuff than usual. I think all that's up here is ammo, which I don't need, but there should be money in the other room, I'm pretty sure. At least there's money in here on a few days. Usually it's under the table. Yep. Perfect. And we're not going to get police attention as much as possible. And I can see someone saying, oh, well, just get the police outfit. Nah, that feels like it's trivializing it too much. And I don't want to do that. That's... that might make things a little too easy. And I think we pretty much got everything we need in here. So I'm going to be doing the same route that I did last time, which is doing the bank last and doing the paycheck first. So I could go to the suburbs area over that way, or not the suburbs, but the estates. I don't really want to do that. Now, over here, there's, I think, a crack pipe in a few days, but we're not worried about that right now. You can tell I've also played this game a lot because I'm instinctively trying to look around for, like, NPCs. Like, oh my god, I'm going to get shot at any second. But I do love Postal 2 as a game. I don't think it's in, like, my top games of all time, but I do quite enjoy it. I've been playing a lot of Left 4 Dead 2. I hope you guys are enjoying that as well. Oh, by the way, dogs. We're not going to really bother with befriending dogs. Not until the weekend, at least, because then it becomes actually useful. When dogs kill NPCs, you don't even get any, like, score against you, so you're totally fine. And there's no score against kicking or killing a dog or whatever, but you know, I don't want to be mean. This is a friendly game. It's a fun game. So yeah, see? There's cats. You pet the cats and all that shit. It's great. This can attract attention, but I do believe there's a little bit of money in one of these offices, so I can use that to buy crack in the bank section at the end here. So the big important thing though you want to do is, well, number one, you need to know the map. I do not strongly recommend, and I strongly recommend it, I should say. I'm really kind of just waking up a little bit ago, so I'm still a little out of it. If this is your first time playing the game, this is not how you want to start playing it. It's extremely stupid. You'll absolutely hate it. And I've seen people say the game is impossible to beat without killing any NPCs. It's not. It's just extremely difficult. If anything, it's more of a skill expression that you can finish the game on the higher difficulties, of course, but we're playing on average. I think it's totally doable. It's just, the game laughs at you for being an idiot. Like, we're picking up items right now that would give us double firepower. Why would I be hoarding it for shits and giggles, right? Now, when it comes to the later sections of the game, it's going to get a little bit tough. I'll tell you when that's going to happen, and I've done this about, like I said, 3 or 4 times. This is not the first rodeo for me, personally. I'm not going to fall off the bull, either. This is going to be pretty much just Seth absolutely obliterates a game he's actually quite good at. Now, yeah, I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks, too, for just general playing, because I know some people have probably never played this game, and that's not shocking. It's not very good. It's fun, but it's genuinely not that good. So these protesters, we're not gonna, you know, worry about. Every NPC in this game that's actually a threat is not a threat, because we're not going to be dealing with them personally. We're going to be using NPCs in fighting and stuff against them to get around a lot of the combat. Now, law enforcement is your best friend in this game on this kind of a run, because they will absolutely tear into NPCs doing stupid shit that you have nothing to do with, which is great. I don't need the bass finder. It's handy, but I don't need it, but I'll pick it up because it's here, I guess. Now, this, by the way, this pipeline, this will actually explode if it gets shot, if you don't know that. I think there's money behind here, am I right? No, it's health, that's right. God, doing this on, like, Postal difficulty, you learn where every damn item's at. You really do. Idiot. I don't want to end up, like... See, I'm tempted to just put the taser on, because honestly, if I'm not careful, I might accidentally flip an NPC off and get into a fight. I don't want that. Now, I don't think there's anything that useful in this house. I think there's some crack. I love how just casual and nonchalant. Oh, there's probably some crack in here. But if you've played Postal 2, you know what's going on. If you've never played Postal 2, this is probably just word salad that sounds like a... I think I'm going to quote my boy Noah Gervais here. It's like if Mad Magazine had a stroke. It's pretty accurate. Now, I'm not going to go over there to the other side of town. There's not really anything I need over there. The most worrying and distressing thing on this day is going to be the protesters, but they don't spawn very often. And if we do this early, we don't have to worry about going here last. Because I'd rather do this like in the order I did my speed run in, just to keep it consistent. So grab the paycheck, and alright, we can skip that cutscene, that's great. First thing we're going to do is whip out our tallywhacker and start going to town. Alright, about now. Yep. And if you get shot, you do actually pause for just a brief second, because, I don't know, you don't want to pee when you're getting shot at. It's not a good idea. Now, you could argue, Seth, just go back and get the police outfit. No. That's too trivial. That is absolutely way too easy. I don't think I'm going to need to worry about health on this first day that much, but just to be on the safe side.
I definitely need more of that.
So, if you're trying to do this on Postal difficulty, by the way, I will do a Postal difficulty playthrough eventually, I guess, but for my best advice, know where all the health is, because you can't store items. I don't think this is actually doable on Postal difficulty as a pacifist. Prove me wrong, but I definitely know Ludicrous is not. Because Ludicrous is so difficult that it's unbelievable. So, yeah, I'm going to be a contrarian and do this the way everyone thinks you're supposed to play the game. Oh, you're supposed to get the milk first? Actually, you fucking idiot. You've never played this game before. I'll show you who's boss. I know what I'm doing. Okay, so... is there any cops nearby? There's one. I might be able to shake this guy if he sees me do this. Perfect. Alright. So, the book repository has firearms in it, but it also has Kevlar. I think it has Kevlar every single day. There's also a health pack right over here if you need it. So, this is actually a really good spot to lure NPCs through when you're going through on Postal difficulty, because there's quite a few doors, and they get stuck on shit really easy in this game. So we're going to go upstairs and grab the Kevlar. But this is a pretty useful area to learn. Let's see. It's also got a lot of health in it, so it's a really good midpoint for any area you're going through on that difficulty too. I wouldn't recommend lingering in areas on Postal difficulty. It's really not a good idea. But once we get to it, we'll get to it, right? But hey, this run will prove to you and to show your parents, but you should not be a teenager watching this garbage. But this can show to everybody that says this game is only encouraging violence. You can only finish the game through violent means. Well, that's just wrong. Tell them this. Nah, actually, don't recommend them my YouTube channel, because then they'll think I'm a bad influence. I hope I'm not a bad influence, right? Oof. There we go. See, I say oof. Alright, so this is one of our first things we're going to do every day. This house is, number one, on day one doesn't have any special things. There's fast food in here on the second and third days, I'm pretty sure. But we're going to need to do a little bit of platforming. I'm going to try and save as little as I have to as well. Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm still used to Left 4 Dead 2, which is a lot more polished than this, if you couldn't tell. I hate to say it, but I think Left 4 Dead 2 might be a little bit more polished than the 2003 Asshole Simulator, right? So, yeah. This game doesn't have that bad of platforming, it's just doing this is really awkward. I'm also with the mic in my face too, so it's kind of a little wonky. Alright. Now, there is one day where I will go in that top section of the area, in the Lucky Ganesh, because it does have a free crack pipe in it, which I think is in my best interest to get. Yeet! Cool. So if you go down here, there's a secret, obviously. You can get some crack, and we get some donuts, and a shotgun. Now you're running down the block with a shotgun. The grandparents see the Browns get mad since the grandparents buy one. Chicka chicka real real, chicka chicka real real. There, you happy? I did it. There's also fast food over here. And then you can get down safely by just sliding. Now, when you're in Postal difficulty, you don't really need to do that. It's not 100% necessary. I don't know why I'm getting... I still think I'm playing that difficulty. That is so depressing. Alright, so for the milk, we're going to do this really quick. We're going to do the secret path. Because it's a lot safer.
I wanna know.
So, this one should be a no-brainer. Oops. Says the guy with no brain. He's gone insane. Got no brain. So, if you've never seen the secret path, this is how you get it. I don't know why you wouldn't know this. But hell, I mean, I didn't know you could do the Gary Coleman thing for almost 10 plus years, so you could also jump off of this like this and it gives you some wonky momentum. So, there you go. It's never going to prove lethal. That's something you also can remember too. Now, we're not going to go down there with the dogs because there's, I think, a rocket launcher down there, and I don't really need it. I personally don't really bother going down there every time anyways. Let me lower the mic so I'm a bit more comfortable. Gotta find more of that good stuff. Anyways, I generally don't even go down there in like a traditional sense because there's not really anything I need in that room. So, I mean, it's great and all, but you're definitely going to run the risk of taking more damage than you would avoiding it. Now, I think there's money in here? There's money in there on some day, I'm pretty sure. I didn't know this, but this music apparently is also made by Mike J, who is one of the programmers of the game as well. The fun stuff you need to know. Alright, so you can see right away, it's never a big deal when you're going through as a pacifist because you just do that. You can have NPCs argue amongst each other and shoot at each other instead of you. It's a lot safer. I've seen people say you can aggro NPCs by flipping them off like this, but that tends to be really dangerous, and I don't really recommend it. So up here's some health if you're going to go on higher difficulties, and this is also a good place. I think you can go here to get health occasionally because of the room downstairs, but it's not a big deal. So I'm going to see if I remember what's up here on this day in the office section. I don't think there's anything. Now, you cannot get through that window, by the way. You can try till the cows come home, but it just won't work. The game actually has like an invisible wall there. Yeah, we're going to get a police rating anyways. Why not? So, you could wait in line, but you could also shop at 5 or 6 stores, or you could just shop at 1. And I'm going to shop at just 1 today. So the bank is probably the easiest, like, place to get like a ton of money every day if you're going to actually try that. I think each day brings more money. I think it's about 500 bucks total on average. I can't remember the exact number. I don't generally go here every day. Alright, I'm going to take a drink in while this does its thing. And I've also seen people not realize you can do this task before you get the paycheck. I didn't know that for a long time either. So just kick this bookshelf and boom. This saves you a ton of health loss in higher difficulties. NPCs also will not go down ladders. They're not coded to do that, if you couldn't tell. The AI in this game is, well, it's something. It does its job, and that's all you can really ask for it. Now, this guy right here, I think, will always be aggressive if I even try to do something weird. Oh, let's see if I can get up there. There we go. Shit. Getting flashbacks to getting that crotchy versus the penis achievement. Fucking, ugh, that's awful to try and get. I'll show it off maybe, but I don't really want to try it. And then this day, occasionally there's also donuts and pizza there, I think, on certain days. So, more power to you. And then I'm gonna go buy some crack.
Hey, and come again.
Yay! We're learning. We have a whole whopping 7 crack pipes on day 1. You can get more, but this is good enough for now. And we're gonna get out through this area specifically. I'm not gonna bother with over there. But yeah, that's pretty much Monday Pacifist. It starts off pretty easy. So, yeah. I'll see you guys in the next one where we tackle Tuesday. So, I'll see you then.